I don't think I'm ever going to be able to play pool again. I just keep on getting all these items off of eBay, and plus my cats are all up in them. So, come on, Daisy, come here. All right. Another eBay lot. Oh, that didn't last long, did it? Okay. I'll show you a couple things I got off of eBay in the mail today, and just to let you know what I'm going to do. I'm going to flip these probably. Most likely, well, at least this box. The other one I'm going to keep. So, yeah. This one here is box. I think there's like 17 in here of various lenses. The state sale fine is what they put. And I think it was $50 shipped. So I got a good deal on this if everything's good. Is that good protection and shipping? What is that? Okay. We'll just go through all these. I'm not sure what all was in here. I remember a couple, but Vivitar 70 to 210 f 4.5 to 5.6. It is a FD mount. Let me hold it up to the light. There is a spot of fungus in it that probably will not affect image quality. Let me see if it's on the back. No, it's on the inner optics. Still not bad. I don't think that will affect image quality. I'll try it out somehow or investigate it further. Why'd they put this on here? I mean, was that really supposed to do anything? Seriously. Let's see that. Okay. Oh yeah, I remember what. There's a. This was $50, and there was one lens in there that was going to make up for most of it. And this is an odd lens. I remember seeing this. Look at that. You see that? Have you ever seen anything like that? It's like a 28 to 35, 3.5, 3.8 Soligar. Odd lens. Oh, it pops in and out. So I guess one is 28 and one is 35. That is an odd lens. Okay. Had never come across anything like that. That's the cool thing about this. And there is some haze in there. Let's see. Yeah, this has haze on it. I'll have to investigate it further. So, two of them have stuff on their inner optics, but that's an interesting lens. It's kind of cool to see that. I'll have to investigate that further and maybe do some research. Daisy, come on now. Let me do this. All right, what we got here? So this is Nikon. You see the little pins there on the side. This is a Quanta-Ray. It's worth about maybe $30, and it's clear though. It's clear, so I'll test the autofocus. I have a well, this might be a whole junk lot because the zoom is stuck. If you see there. Oh, there we go. This has been sitting around for a while. It's still good. I'll have to test this out. I keep old film bodies around, especially all the autofocus plastic bodies from the 80s and 90s because they're not worth anything. I'll keep a working one just so I could test autofocus lens like that. And here we go. It was a 135 f2.8 with a what is this? Pentax mount, looks like. Maybe. Let's see. Yeah, it looks like a Pentax mount. Oh. No notches. Daisy, what are you doing? And this is a brand on this one. Let me see, it's clear. It's clear. There's some junk on the back and a little spot here that I could clean up. It does say macro on there. CPC. So wait, oh, it does have a macro feature that goes all the way down to not really a macro. So 1 to 5 ratio, which isn't a macro. But a lot of those lenses, these. All right, Find me a good lens. All right. Oh, this is teleconverter. Oh, just real quick about the teleconverter lot that I bought the other day. I guess I could do a follow-up. Let me grab my phone so I can show you. So I've listed it, like had not even half of the stuff listed for a week, and I've sold 3 items for $40 total. I bought 2 lots of teleconverters, probably about 100 teleconverters, and there was some other like what are they called? Extension tubes in there, and some other odds and ends, some auxiliary lenses, which are crap that I'm just going to put at auction. That I've got those at auction, and a couple of people have bid on them already. But I've sold 4 things. Net profit off those 4, the money that I'm going to actually get back after fees and shipping and everything, is $40. So that's pretty good. There was nothing huge in that lot that I bought, but the most valuable thing was about $35. Was a actual Minolta extension tube. So what we got here is an MD mount, and it's just like a standard type kit lens, Rocore, 35 to 70, f3.5. You're just all up in here today, aren't you? Come on, come here. So I was just going to show you. I mainly sell stuff on eBay. My main stuff is camera stuff. So I could actually show you what I do, and most of it, since the COVID virus, I've just been buying and selling off eBay, buying stuff in lots. If you can see that, that's the past 90 days. That's my gross. It's not net, but that's how much I've sold gross in the last 90 days, and that's pretty much average. It's a little bit above. I've noticed a little spike in the 90% of the stuff I do sell is camera stuff, but I've noticed a little spike in the photography stuff since the virus has been going around as far as my sales. So I mean, photography's not dead. This stuff still sells, even these old stuff. So people are getting bored, and even the film cameras. I've noticed a lot of people buying the film cameras. A lot of the film cameras aren't worth anything. So that's what I usually do. I'll buy lots, or I'll buy a bundle where somebody has a camera and several lenses, and you just sell them separate. You always want to sell separate unless it's just junk. It has a little rattle there. FD mount. See if it's clear. This one's clear. So the first 2 were iffy, but I'm getting some clear ones now. Like I said, this lot was $50. If you have any questions, I'll be honest and answer any questions you have. This is a lot of fun. I suggest you try it. So, and there's tons of stuff on there. It's not like I'm finding it all. I may not give all my secrets, but well, that didn't sound good. Hey, do you think this will work? I don't know. All right. Well, I can maybe fix. I don't know what this is. What is this? Hey, it's a Tamron. All right. I fixed it. Good as new, right? It just came out. I tried to take this thing off, so it actually is probably fine. I'll investigate it further. But what is this? Oh, I'll get this light over here so I can see a little better. It's a Pentax mount. There is a slight bit of haze. Might be able to clean it up. This is like super plasticky. For this Tamron stuff, it does feel kind of really cheap on that one. Alright, and what else we got in here? So how did I get into selling like camera stuff on eBay? I don't know if I said this before. I don't know if I did or not. I used to shoot weddings, or try to shoot weddings. And this Minolta mount. And the aperture is good. 35 f3.5. This sucker's worth about $35, but let's see, it looks a little dirty on the inside. Let me see here. And this is iffy. I'll have to investigate a little bit further, but I think it will clean up. I think I just need to use some lens cleaner on that one. Yeah, typically this is worth about 35 bucks, but if you notice, it is missing the focus grip on here. So yeah, I don't know about that one. I'll have to check it out further. What was I saying? Oh yeah, so I used to shoot weddings, and then I started. I hated it. I did a couple and did like a lot of photographers buy a bunch of crap for shooting weddings because I made a couple of $1,000s. I'm like, okay, I could do this, but I decided I really didn't like it, and then I was buying lots like this because I was kind of liking it, and then I was like started to resell them. I was like, oh, I could really do this. So this is very profitable. MD mount. This is really nasty, but it is clear inside. I'll clean that up. Yeah, so I've been doing this for years and years. That's how I know all these mounts and know how to check them really quick and just kind of get in a rhythm. And I say it takes time to list them, but if you're just selling like camera stuff, you probably already have templates in eBay and stuff. This happens a lot. The rubber focus grip like gets loose. You just got to pinch down on it a little bit harder. If I get something like that, I'll usually say that in the listing. There is a little bit of fungus on this one. This is a nice lens. This is a 35 to 105 Vivitar, and it's an OM mount because it's got the two things on the side here, so you can see the aperture was working there. And there we go. It's snappy. It looked a little slow there for a second, but I'll have to investigate that. It looks like there is haze, but some of these are really nasty. So I'll have to clean them up with some, instead of my t-shirt, actually use some lens cleaning cloth and some lens solution on them just to clean it up. And that's the cool thing about buying and reselling stuff. I just grabbed this up. This wasn't part of it, but you see, you always get lens cleaner off of several cameras, and I just kind of keep this aside. So I have enough lens cleaner to last about 4 centuries, so I'm good on that. And you find other stuff that you just are going to keep. I think you'll really like Pentaxians that are watching this will really like this next box. So if you're not into this, just forward it probably till there's like 3 or 4 minutes left, and you'll enjoy the next box that I'm going to do. Was a 70 to 210. This is a Nikon AI mount. If you're not familiar with Nikon, they've got the AI, the non-AI, the AIS. They've got several different mounts. You just kind of have to research them and know them. But it's always good to put AI in the description if you're reselling these. Let me see if this is clear. Now, these don't sell all that well. This one's got a little haze. All these seem to have a little something going on. But down there at 210, you can slip into macro mode. See that? It's kind of a cool feature. But I bought this, like there were 17 in here, so I said, well, one of those lots where this guy said he didn't know anything about camera stuff, and there's a loose element in there somewhere, or loose something. A lot of times it's this first, yeah, here it is. It's the front element, and all it is this top dust cover thing is a little loose, so that front element is shaking. You could take the lens spanner and tighten it back up, or sometimes you don't even have to do that. You could just, well, I can't do it with that, but you can take your finger and tighten it up. What is this? This is God, some of the back of these are freaking nasty. It's another Nikon. has an NI right there, so that was easy to tell. It's got that little notch there. Hopefully this is in focus, sorry. But what is this? 5-star, which is an okay brand. 75 to 200 f4.5, which is super common. $20. And a lot of Nikon people don't know what works on their camera, and they don't. I always get messages about the AI, the AIS, and the non-AI. They want to know if it's going to work on their camera, especially the autofocus lenses. Oh, that's crazy. This is a Sigma lens. You always tell Sigma by the kind of grip there. It has that. Well, it says it right there too. That helps. And this is a little notch, so MD, Minolta. And this is for parts. A lot of Sigma stuff, just there's a ton of haze in there. I don't know what it is, but a lot of old Sigma stuff just has haze in it. But people know the name brand, so they resell very good for newer photographers that don't know that they're just looking for nowadays stuff, and they see that it will work manual focus on whatever camera they have, or they'll be able to adapt it. Yeah, so this is the reason I bought this for the most part, and this is a kind of depressing. So this is why I bought this lot. Well, I mean, I would have bought it anyways, but I was like, well, I can make $35 just on this lens alone. It's just a Canon, their kit lens that came on the AE1. That's their 50mm Nifty 50 type of 1.8. But I don't think they showed a picture of the back of this. The whole mount is like missing, so this one's junk. So, but even with all these ones that are messed up, I could still, another teleconverter, I'm not going to go for that. I could still make. This was another cool one that I liked, just because, like I said, people like the brands that are still in existence nowadays, so they might be looking for that in the key search. This is a Tamron lens. It's a 35 f2.8. Now back then, 35 wasn't a super common lens. The focus is a little stiff on this, but it is clear, and it's an MD mount, but it's not, the pen's not moving. I think I could still adapt this and it'll be alright. It's kind of a little banged up here on the back. I think it should be alright. But I was going to say that some of these older film lenses, 35mm was not a common lens. The common ones you would get would be the 50 prime lenses, would be the 50 and the 28, and a 135. Those were the most common, and this would be a little bit more rare. Not super rare or anything like that, but 35mm f2.8, you didn't see those all that often. Last one in this box, and then we'll get to the cool Pentax stuff that I was telling you about. A lens, or a filter. I'll just add it to my box of filters to resell. I think I went over that before. If not, I'll go through it in another video. But what's this? Vivitar 70 to 210 f4.5. We got a Pentax A mount. Even says it right there. PK. Looking good. Has that move into macro mode at 210. What? Let's try this out. It says 1:1. You see that? 1:1? No, that can't be 1:1, right? I want to try that out and see. I can put this on my K70 and try it out. See if it's actually 1:1. That would be cool if it was. I swear it says 1:1. Interesting. Alright. If you're watching this tonight, when I just listed it, there is a full moon tonight. It's a strawberry moon, so get out there and take some pictures of it. And I'm going to go through this last box if Daisy would get off of it. Daisy, get off there. find the other box. All right, here it is. This is the cool one. Hopefully my battery doesn't die. It's in the red. Does your camera do that? I found that the K70 does that. It will be in the red forever when I'm doing video. And I mean, it will still last for a very, very long time. I'll just go through the cameras first. These autofocus cameras from the 80s and 90s of any brand aren't really worth anything. There's a few exceptions, but this one's actually very solid quality. But a lot of these you can only get like 15 bucks off of. But SF1, I usually sell this for $15 just by itself. So I'll be putting this on my channel if you're interested in it. I'll test it first to make sure it works, but it's very solid condition. Actually, I think one of the Pentaxians, I put one of these lenses that I was excited about getting it when I ordered it. And so I listed it on the Pentaxian's Facebook site saying how happy I was to have this lens coming in, which we'll see in a moment. And the guy was, I guess he was on there too, because he replied, happy to see Nader, I think was his name. Happy to see what I could do with it. So I'll show you the lens when it comes up, and I'm actually going to keep that and not resell it. Well, I'll keep it for a while. I'm obviously going to do a review on it, but okay. This lens is kind of cool. I don't know if I've done a review on this. I think I did a review on this for the Canon way back in the days. This is an autofocus lens, Tachyna. Tachyna makes some pretty good stuff back in the day. They had some autofocus stuff, so if you've never used Tachyna, you should try it out. Let me see here. Very solid constructed. Yeah, so very nice lens. I might do a review on this. I'm pretty sure I have one on Canon, so it'll be kind of similar. So, not the sharpest lens, but you can get this pretty budget price. So, not a lot of people search for Tachyna, so you can actually find it fairly cheap. So, what else we got here? This is another camera. This is another SF camera. Oh. We pack this stuff really well. Let's see. There we go. It's another SFX. I think I've had an SFX. I'll have to look those up. Very good quality. I think this is like his personal collection. I think he got these. But this is in super condition. I'll have to test it out. Or, you know. Okay. I'll test those out. And this is one you may know. This is one you may know. I'll check this out. Oh, I did a review on this one with my 50mm lens battle. If you haven't seen that video, check it out. I'll put it in the descriptions below. This is the 50mm. This is the autofocus. It's a Pentax F. Not the FA, just the F. I did a battle with this one and the FA and another manual f1.4 lens, and you'll see how well this thing does. It does awesome. So check out that video. I'll leave it a link in the description. But last but not least, this is the reason I bought this. I bought those two lenses, and actually two lots. So one camera had those two lenses, and then one camera had just this lens. And this lens does not come available all that often. So I was very happy to get it since I like that 50mm Pentax F. This is the 28mm Pentax F. And it does not, like I said, it does not come available all that often, especially in the States. Yeah, it's clear. Looks good. You could tell just by his pictures he had taken real good care of this stuff. He took some really good shots of them. So I will be doing a review on this. I'm looking really forward to using this on the Pentax K70. I have a feeling this will be super awesome on